Hey guys, Sonic here from TGG and welcome back. So today, I'm here to talk about something really needed. An ember rework. I'm going to do a major overhaul of most of her abilities, and I might just completely change some of them. Just warning ya. Yeah. So first off, Ember's only role in this game is a low-level trash clearer. But she needs to be more than that. Let me break out some ideas for a rework. Yeah, she's just a low-level trash clearer, and she's nothing more. Like, her abilities are not that good, and they're just not that great. So her first ability, which is Fireball, is fairly useless. Don't get me wrong, it has its uses. So let's go on an idea and turn it into an exalted flamethrower. And you all know that I love turning abilities into an exalted weapons. So exalted flamethrower. She would shoot fire, let's say, like the Atomos, or like the Ignis Ray, but she would be shooting fire out of her hands. So, yeah, it should be like shooting fire out of her hands, like someone who has like pyrokinesis. It'd be really cool. I'd have 150 fire damage at base with 20% status and 20% crit, and would have pure fire damage, and it would be significantly better than Ignis Wraith. It has to, and is an exalted weapon. And Ignis Wraith is just a normal weapon. It was similar drain to Excalibur's Exalted Blade, 25 energy cost at base, and it would like drain energy over time. And the cool thing is it would have a secondary fire, so you like click the secondary fire button. I don't think I have any weapons with that. And it would like change it to like a thing called Incinerator Beam, where you would like focus all your energy. Okay, let me put on Wisp and show you what it would kind of look like. Only be like out of her hands. It'd look kind of like Wisp's fourth ability. It would be like you would press a secondary fire, hold down the button, it would just be like you'd fire a beam of energy, and it would drain a lot more energy than it normally would. Originally I was going to turn her ability into that, but DE took my idea before I got it out there. So yeah, that would be the secondary fire. It would be kind of like Revenant's Fourth, like the Phage or Phage or something, focused in one area. Like a Kamehameha wave. I know people are going to be triggered the way I pronounce that. It would drain a lot of energy, but deal a ton of damage, like times 10 or something. I think this would be awesome. Next on our list is Accelerant. Accelerant is completely fine the way it is. It doesn't need to be changed at all. Next is Fire Blast, which is that, by the way. I'm not going to change it all that much. Well, first we're going to boost the range by like 5 to 10 meters more. And enemies that would go inside of it would be automatically crowd controlled. So like, they would like be on fire permanently, like with the, augment. Instead of the augment, like just, you having to equip an augment to do that, it would just do that. And it would give Ember and all allies standing inside of it 50% damage reduction, which isn't all that much. They would also, yeah, but this range of the circle would like be bigger. It would heal her for 30 to 40 health a second, which would scale with power strength. DE can mess around with the numbers, and it scales with power strength, and it would protect her from knockdowns. I think this would be amazing for her. And yeah, that'd be it. And also give it to allies as well. And I'm going to talk about her passive last, because her current passive is garbage. The final one on the list is World on Fire. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what World on Fire is. I will quickly demonstrate with some corrupted butchers. Like, I think everyone knows what World on Fire is. Decent, but these are corrupted butchers. I can literally do this to them with my melee weapon. That's like, they're super easy to take out, and the anti-level targets is completely garbage. And also heat damage isn't all that great either, but okay, let's her ultimate, which is not in a good place right now. I think it could use a buff, so it wouldn't drain more energy over time, because if you see the little 0% in the bottom right corner, it slowly starts to drain more energy and lose its range. Make it so it would still keep the damage bonus, but it wouldn't lose the range or have the extra energy over time, because, I mean, she doesn't need it. And it would have the same damage. Yeah, it would have the same damage as if like the buff, and the fire, and also the fire explosions around her could be sped up with ability casting speed. And also, there's a YouTuber named Katagari. You should watch his Ember rework video. He had this idea where if you cast Accelerant, all enemies that are affected by Accelerant would be automatically targeted by the explosions of World on Fire. That would be a good like synergy. And then we'll talk more about that when I talk about the passive. Also with World on Fire, make it do more damage while your Exalted Flame, while you have your Exalted kind of Flamethrower flame hands out. Like, well, let's say your first ability would be like Excalibur's Exalted Blade. It would be like out and be slowly draining energy over time. But if you had World on Fire and that out at the same time, it would boost the damage of World on Fire by double. And yeah, and also if you're in your Fire Blast, it would also do more damage in there. So like maybe like a 25% damage boost for having her like Exalted weapon out and her being in her Fire Blast, like stack up to 50%. That's decent. And now lastly her passive, which is the thing that is absolute garbage about her. She is probably the worst passive in the entire game. Which, let me show you guys real quick. It is, regenerates 10 energy a second and increases ability strength by 35% while on fire. So, let's go on a limb and make it so, with all of her abilities, you will see this. Let's pause the AI real quick. All of her abilities, except for Accelerant, sets enemies on fire. As you can see, like, that gives them a fire proc. Fire Blast is the same, and everyone knows World on Fire does the same thing. Well, let's say every enemy that she has on fire would give her like up to like 4 to 8 energy a second, which would ignore those procs. The 4 to 8 energy a second, like if you see this like kind of like transference ring, it would normally give 5 energy a second if it wasn't being so annoying. It would only give 5 energy a second, but if I have World on Fire on, it would not count towards that. Like, it would just, like, stay there, and when I deactivated World on Fire, it would give me more energy. Her passive would deny that, and just give her the 4 to 5, whatever energy a second, regardless. And also, if she can have up to 4 enemies on fire at the same time, they would give her up to 40% power strength. Or, like, whatever it is, 35% power strength if DE wants to, like, change it. But that would be actually pretty good. And also make it so she ignores fire procs. So, Hayaka Masters, and everything that, like, sets Warframes on fire, she would be absolutely immune to it. And do the same thing with all the other elemental Warframes, make them immune to their elemental thing. Like, Frost would be immune to cold, Saren would be immune to toxin, Volt would be immune to electricity, and Ember would be immune to fire, which means Embers would probably be the most useful. I got some of these ideas from Katagari. I asked him specifically for his permission to use some of the ideas if I gave him credit. He had the idea for the multiple enemies on fire, and for the Accelerant, like, in the World on Fire together. Also, another thing, Fire Blast and Accelerant. Accelerant would, like, make the enemies, like, light on fire and make the status effect that's on the enemy last longer. That's just an idea. But if you guys like this and share this with DE, they might actually take these ideas into consideration. So please share this with your friends, share this with DE, so they can see this and finally make Ember a good Warframe. I mean, she would very much be a camping Warframe, like you cast Fire Blast, you pull out your Exalted Flamethrower with your first ability, put on World on Fire, cast Accelerant, and then, like, you just, like, shoot all the enemies around you. But it would make her very powerful, and plus Fire Blast can be repositioned. And no, the Fire Blast effects would not, like, stack. Because Fire Blast, I don't think you can put multiple Fire Blasts down at the same time. You can put multiple Fire Blasts down at the same time. Okay, so yeah, it would not stack. It would just, like, have this one effect. And, like, if you went out of it, like, it would be affected by duration, but there would be, like, a little time when you're out of that, when it would, like, have some time for you to go back in, like, maybe 10 seconds. 10 seconds at most. And, yeah, I think Ember would be absolutely amazing with these changes, and I would actually use her in missions again, because, I mean, Equinox exists. And everyone knows that Equinox is just a better Ember at what she does. But if you made Ember like that, Ember could actually be a really, really good damage dealer. And she could be one of the best DPS Warframes in the game, and also have some decent crowd control thrown in there as well. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please make sure to check out Kategari, which is spelled Kategary, or Gari. He has some pretty good videos. We're both fairly small YouTubers. Just go check him out. He has actually some pretty good content, and I got some of the ideas from him. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and please leave me recommendations for other Warframe reworks that you might want to see. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Sayonara.